All right, we are all set.
Okay. All right, Mr. Simonetti, did you say something before he turned on?
I was gonna say, is he on, did Boy go show up there?
No, no.
I give him a few minutes, it's up to you.
All right. Well, I'll give him 2 more minutes and that will be about it. Okay.
You're the boy, just, yeah.
All right, keep in mind, you are now being recorded and streamed live.
After that, thank you.
And again, for anybody who didn't hear me before, please make sure you use your microphones 6 to 10 inches from your mouth. Speak loudly, clearly, and slowly.
All right, let's call tonight's meeting to order of April 27th, 6:30 p.m. For the Board of A&T, approval of the budget. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Any veterans are authorized a hand salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have roll call, please.
Wayne Bragg.
Wayne Bragg, thank you.
John Belden.
John Belden, thank you.
Joe Napick.
Joe Napick, thank you. Jay Francino Quinn. And it appears that we do not have John Boyko present this evening.
Jared's on the line.
I'm sorry?
Jared's on the phone.
Jared's on the phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jared.
Yep, I'm here on Zoom.
All right, we have full meeting March 23rd. Okay. So discussions. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Any reports? Anything else? All right, so we got a couple of transfers here. Right on to Jones.
is from the training account as well, 001-2400-512-1003, transferring into equipment maintenance, which is 001-2400-512-11-08, asking for a modest transfer of $5,000. Equipment maintenance is for like our power tools, first equipment, rotary saws, items like that for the maintenance and different parts. Again, at this last weekend's big incident, we have to go out and purchase some additional saw blades that we're using to cut the roof and items like that. So this will hopefully get us through the next 60 days to the new budget. So I appreciate you guys considering our request. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. All right, I certainly haven't got any questions for him.
Question. Yes. You cut, some training, kind of spent about $41,000 year to date, it's $83,000 budget, and a new training this year. They got transferred out.
Yes. Tonight I'm a little pressed for time.
For $10,000 to that. Is that hardware stuff?
So it's old radios, infrastructure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions?
Well, I don't know about a question, but these requests seem to be reasonable end of the year request, and I would vote to approve them.
And move to, is that a motion? Yeah. we have a
Yes.
Motion to, approve?
Should read them all.
All right, we'll do that. Okay, we have a motion to, request the fire department transfer $6,000 from professional services to gasoline, transfer $10,000 from personal training communications equipment, transfer $10,000 from storm watch to, motor equipment and maintenance, or vehicle maintenance, I'm sorry. Transfer $5,000 from personal training to equipment maintenance. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Seconded. Any discussions? Any discussions? Okay, hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chief.
Have a great
Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, now we have the tree warden here. You would please stand up and give us your name and what you're asking for.
All right, Dean Crawford, tree warden, need to transfer from 03700-719-4043 trees and shrubs into tree maintenance, 6,000. 001-3700-719-4027 chemicals into tree maintenance, 5,000. 001-3700-719-6014 equipment, 1,000 into tree maintenance.
Okay, are there any questions for Dean Crawford? Any questions?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. So just quick, interesting comment you had in your reason for the request was more trees needed removal and trimming. How do you estimate your budget for the year? I mean, do you do a survey and, at the beginning of the year or quarterly, do you go out and see what's got to be done?
Now, I just sit down with Mary usually and go over what I think for the year. We always run out. This
Okay.
year was crazy.
So, yeah, so it's just a matter then of, after you have the original budget, just sort of realigning where the need is based upon what the current utilization is and what you're experiencing. What's the difference between trees and shrubs and trees and shrubs? Is that all new trees and shrubs?
Replacements, yes.
Those are new. Okay, all right, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have any questions for Dean? No? Okay. Hearing none, we have a motion to request from tree warden to transfer 6,000 from trees and shrubs to tree maintenance, transfer 5,000 from chemicals to tree maintenance, and transfer 1,000 from equipment to tree maintenance.
So moved.
Okay. Second,
Second?
and there's a second. Any questions or discussions rather? Any discussions?
Well, it's a prime time of year for tree maintenance, et cetera, so this should be approved also.
Okay, very good. Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Aye.
We have, like one more here. Anybody get? Planning and zoning?
Nope. Zoning, Board of Appeals.
Zoning.
Board of Appeals.
Got it.
Transfer. Which makes minutes very likely. We have to transfer minutes. So we have minutes made 92 pages. And I think the presentations. Take 3 minutes. Different times. That's the reason why we transfer 2,000.
Okay, very good. Any questions?
So you're gonna take 2,000 out of keeping and advertising. You've spent about 50% of that so far. Are you okay for the rest of the year?
Yeah.
We're gonna transfer 2,000 into the stand. So that account's gonna be all right.
It looks like it should.
Any more questions? No? Okay. All right, so we had a request from zoning board of appeals from printing and advertising to clerical steno fees. Do we have a motion to?
So moved. Second.
And seconded. Any discussions? Having none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And now we have last, but certainly not
That's it.
least. All right, so I think that, certainly we've had some, good folks showing up to give their part of why they would need monies that were set forth in the budget from there, which I think we're all very reasonable. And certainly, as it had been said many, many times, it's like kind of a hit and run sort of thing, we don't know what's happening as far as, what the state's gonna do as far as giving any additional to Board of Ed. We just don't know at this point, okay? But I think the entire budget was in fact, very reasonable. All right, so unless do we have any discussions? Any discussions?
I'd like to make some comments.
Okay,
I guess I have a little different impression of the budget. My concern is that, first of all, I want to say, I thought the 3 workshops that we had were very good. I think the format was good. I
absolutely.
want to thank my board members, the Board of Aldermen for attending, and Paul Hiller for shining so much light on some of these issues. But I know I was a bit surprised that a lot of issues came out that I certainly wasn't expecting, and I think my concern is that we've got some real headwinds ahead of us in terms of spending. I'd like to just cover a couple of things that I want to bring to make sure everyone's sort of on the same page. So the budget we have is $131 million, it's $1.5 million higher than last year. The revenue side is $125 million. And this is important that everyone understands. There's $6.1 million of the surplus in the revenue. Okay? That's being used to cover your day-to-day operating expenses, the $131 million within the budget. That's an important point. Want to make sure everyone understands that. Then we had the workshop with the Board of Education. And, you know, similar to what's going on in the city, they're being met with issues with health insurance, health insurance costs, and they have obviously the sped costs, but they also have a $3.1 million budget gap. The budget that's been proposed is $3 million less than what they asked for. So again, you know, hang that up in the column that says, you know, the needs are greater than what's in the budget. I wanted to check to see a little bit about how the spending was going in terms of health insurance through March. We had a current estimate from Todd on that. And right now, they're expecting to spend $10.8 million for health insurance for 2023, which is $2.3 million greater than what's in the budget for 2024. That's a concern. That's a risk. We've got to be able to get our hands around these things and build them into the 2024 budget. Similarly, on the city side, through March, we've exceeded our budget of $3.7 million already for the year by $400,000, with another 2 or 3 months left to go. You know, we're already ahead of what the budget is for 2024. Again, a risk that, you know, that is not in this budget. So then you're add on top of that, we learned that the police pension costs are going to go up in the neighborhood of $900,000. And that's because we're partially due to the fact that we're increasing the contribution rates from 24% to 29%. So there's lots of issues out there that, in my view, need to be recognized in this budget. We don't have the wherewithal to come in and start, you know, increasing these line items without having some benefit of trying to identify where savings can be to offset that, right? Because that's what we need. If you're going to increase the budget in some line items, you need to decrease the budget in other line items. They did this for 30 years of my life. This is, you know, it's just typical budget issue. So we've got the healthcare overruns, we've got the particular police pension overruns, we've got the $3.1 million budget gap. We've even got issues in utilities. These have to be, in my view, recognized in this budget. So I don't feel that I can put my name on the bottom of this budget yet. I think that there is still a lot of work to be done. And I mean, we just did not gain the insight that we needed in order to make the changes that were represented to us. We just don't have a handle on what the impact is for 2024 and to insight to where we could offset some savings. So from my perspective, I don't feel that I can approve this budget at this point in time, but be happy to work with Board of Aldermen going forward and whatever insights I have would be share with you guys and help you work on this, because it does require, in my opinion, quite a bit more work.
Yes, well, to be more succinct, there are at least 4 major problems in the budget. Special ed funding for transportation, police pensions, and the concern with much increased insurance premiums. The budget doesn't provide, as it stands now, for these things. And perhaps eventually the budget can be adjusted for these accommodations. So I would agree with Wayne and not be inclined to approve the proposed budget.
Any further discussions or comments?
And I'm going to agree with that. And I would just like to thank all of the presentators that did come, especially Board of Ed, police. It was very informative, a lot of the sessions this year compared to last year. But definitely I agree with Joe and Wayne and in their summary, and do not support the current budget as proposed as well.
Okay, thank you.
Just another big thing is just not knowing the state what we're getting until probably what, the end of May?
Yeah.
That's always been a problem with this.
Of course.
We're at a disadvantage on this, not knowing what the state's gonna fund.
Yeah.
It's like the timing is off.
Backwards.
We're like the, you know, the cart's ahead of the horse right now. So we are trying to work on a budget without knowing the total funding.
All right, well, you know, and certainly knowing that, you know, that in the past, you know, these things have certainly been taken care of once, you know, it's been put up in front of the Board of Aldermen. And certainly they've also had, a lot of discussions, you know, in the recent past, that, which I've never seen, with the Board of Education. So I have full confidence, you know, that the Board of Aldermen and the mayor would certainly take care of those issues as they come up. So, I certainly move to, you know, approve the mayor's budget. We have a motion to approve.
We got to vote, right? Okay, so moved. You got to vote on it, so.
Right,
you gotta-
right. Just wanted to make sure we keep on going here. Okay, all right, so, vote
We need a second.
second.
You need a second.
Yeah, I do, all right, go ahead, second.
I'll second that.
Okay. All right. And so now we have a vote to approve the mayor's budget for the year 2023. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. Okay, all in favor?
I'll say.
Aye.
Go for it.
Okay,
It's gonna be up to the alderman.
what's that?
Nothing, I'm just talking out loud.
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, so
You gotta,
All opposed?
all opposed, thank you. Any abstentions?
Opposed.
opposed?
Okay, all
Opposed.
right. So we're at a deadlock here. All right, so I guess at this stage of the game, we are just looking at an adjournment and turning it over to,
Moves on to the,
what's that?
it moves on to the alderman.
And what, yeah, as it moves on to the alderman. Okay, we have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Everybody, thank you very much for your attendance tonight and your comments.
Not much, really, isn't much. You're right, there's not